It's the Caitlin Lee MTG Show.
Pretty unexciting pack. Good as Mother of Runes or Scarlet, I guess. Alright, I'll Ancient Tomb. So these are two really good white cards. I do have Bombardiers over either of them. If it's that Ancient Tomb pickup I just made as well. Right, JRC? Fox sales tax. Regressive AF. I think I'm just snag a little Vantage. We're not like 100% on white just because we grabbed an early Mother of Runes. It's possible we're not Boros, but like if you ever just like see in a Johnny, it's like, okay, well I'm Boros anyway, so you might as well lean into it earlier on, huh? Cutter and Iceberger, reasonable. I guess. Fucking guess. Yeah, red looking a lot more open than white. I don't think we're going to wheel any of those white cards we saw earlier. Avoid Rakdos? Maybe. I think Rakdos is solid. Are you saying because I like bombed out with it like 3 times the other night? Rakdos mentioned drafting Blood Crypt now. Witch Enchanter, gonna look solid if we get a Chromox and Solitude and all that stuff. Maybe even Flicker Wisp for the played as a land, Flicker Wisp it back later. Play that we've all known to come and love. Pack stacking up. Quick Rhyme not living up to their name over there. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Vince Nader thinks 101 months. Yep. Hey, happy holiday cube season to you as well, B-Word. Yeah, maybe I am Mardu, huh? One nice thing about being black-white is that all your dual lands come around super late. A little Ragavan action here. Not really looking at a 4th color. Ooh. So those white drafters to the right of me dutifully cut the color, and it's not going to matter at all. I'm still taking good white cards. The Mana Vault here, a lot of times people like get excited because they see fast mana in Mana Vault. It's like, what is it actually doing, right? Am I playing a Death Greeter's Champion on turn 2? Like, does it let me play my free spell even freer? And then after that, it just does nothing. Ooh. Well, I hope that Goblin Bombardment comes back, Hey. Backstreet's interesting. I'm just going to grab this Jacked Rabbit. I was going to jork a rabbit up. At least the people to the left of me have listened to signals. I say it because I have not. I'm just doing whatever. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Edman B thinks the sob the 75 months. We jorking our rabbit? Oh, Max Jorkage. Max Jorkin. I don't know what the hell I just drank, but it's goddamn delicious. See, Barragoyf would be worth a splash. But I think I'm just going to grab this Fiery Confluence. A little bit of reach up in this. This is a shock one, right? Yeah. I probably want that. The same reason I want Witch Enchanter here. Pitches of Fury sometimes. Could see casting it for the win. Yeah, if I have Pyrogoyf, I like Metamorph. I mean, Metamorph is a way to flip my Johnny, I suppose. I've been pretty happy with Reprieve, though. I'm just going to have Reprieve. Yeah, someone took my Goblin Bombardment. The jerks! The double black on Voidwalker would be prohibitive. But yeah, the mana's certainly flowing. Could just be a splash for Fire Covenant, right? Pretty reasonable, I think. Fire Covenant, cute way to flip the Ajani as well. I guess Bombardiers already does that. Alright, just flips it. Or Fury sometimes. Yeah, not a Saga deck. We're woefully underpowered over here. No Moxen or anything. I was grabbing a Chain Lightning. Not ideal. The Ranger Captain wouldn't be a crazy pickup. Go find a Guide of Souls or Mother of Runes or what have you. I'm gonna grab this Chain Lightning. Well, I guess Ranger Captain's also like kind of good with Solitude, right? Like you grab a white 1-drop to pitch. You still got your 3/3. I think I want the Chain Lightning. I want the 1-mana removal spell. Help this Ragavan get in the early game without having to pitch cast. We don't have a duel for the Scalding Tarn to grab. Unless we play black. Let's grab a Demi here. Lauren is just not very aggressive. Neither is Fable, but I like Fable. Also pairs really well with our pitch casters here on the top end if we get to hard cast one of them. Hey, Plateau, nice. You want them to cut Storm entirely from the cube? Are you crazy? They did that originally. They're like, hey, it's got a bad win rate and it's kind of a trap, so we're just going to cut it, all right? And then, like, a few very loud people said something. And then I feel like cube curators, especially for, like, Magic Online, tend to, like, over-listen to loud people. And then they make decisions that, like, harm the cube. And then those bad decisions, like, kind of rot. And they kind of just, like, rot in place from inertia. And they're, like, scared to go back and touch it again. Even those people that, like, made a big stink probably just, like, no longer give a shit. Because the version of Storm that we have is, like, not something that somebody can force anyway. So it's, like, you're not even catering to those people. You're, like, doing this, like, half cater, like, please don't yell at me sort of thing. Yeah, Luminar's pretty good. I do like Lutri with Fury. A little bit worried about my card count. Could just play Skyclave Apparition. Ravager's interesting. Haven't loved it. Could just take Oust. Oshi, what up? Hey, Artos. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 25 months. Do you think people that are fans of drafting Storm would agree with that logic? Logic likes this version of Storm. You can't make the entire deck very often. I'm not sure, like, having Storm be undraftable is what people that want Storm to be in here want. And then people that don't feel like drafting it just kind of have to see, like, fucking last pick tendrils and shit go by every draft. I mean, something's got to be last pick, but you wish they nerfed Boros a bit. They're very weird about nerfs. Just the way they've talked about the cube. They've been extremely resistant to, like, just the idea of it. And every time they do slip a nerf in, they always call it something else. Like, the branding has to be, this is the most busted shit you've ever seen in your life. And they can't just, like, take their foot off that pedal. Yeah, another one drop or two would have been really solid, like a figure or something. If we had a Mox, it wouldn't matter, because then you're skipping to your 2 drop more often. I think I like Firebolt over Unholy Heat. I don't think we're dealing 6 damage with Heat very often, and we might go face with Firebolt at some point. Perfect. Are you crazy for wanting to splash for Fire Confluence? You're not. Fire Confluence is great. Hopefully I can play this Lauren on time, It's pretty on time. Is the Spider-Man card impressed? I don't know if impressed is the right word. It hasn't been miserable. I don't know if it's better or worse than some other white 2-drop would be in the slot. I think I'm going to pay a lot of life here. Yeah, I believe it had reasonable win rates in 17 lands. And the Arena Cube had it, like, very similar to Spellbinder and Mother of Runes and Thraben Inspector, and just, like, really just feels like a handful of Boros cards thrown against the wall is where you want to be at. I'm just going to get in there. I assume the Broncos trading with Ragavan here. Yeah, I'll fire that puppy off. Get an extra energy, get an extra damage. And next turn, like just playing a Johnny gives me another guide trigger. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Rob Demand, thanks for the sub, thanks 8 months. Do I have any codes for a beginner cuber? Yeah, if a fellow cuber falls in the cube pit, make sure to stop and help him back up. We all look out for each other, okay? If you're cubing at a store and somebody has like donated their cube for everybody to draft, help make sure that you return all the lands and stuff after you're done. Like desort your deck afterwards. Make things as easy as possible for them. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Eagling, thanks for the sub, thanks 8 months. I'm not really sure what their Voidwalker is doing over there. Maybe they think it gets around timing restrictions, the sacrifice. Oh, right. No, they're just playing the one with Flash. Fair enough. So they put that in front of the Death Greeter, and then they're still taking 4 or 10 damage. They still need one more thing here. Oh, looks like they got another thing. Oh, how about that? Flash on Dami looking pretty good for my opponent. Okay, they go down to 1. All right. I guess they get another turn to sort this shit out. I win. I'm gonna rock the old no changes here. The Conan D. Oh, we decided to name him Dave, Kimu. But maybe that's what the D in Caleb D MTG stands for. Caleb D, Caleb Dave Magic the Gathering. You wonder if Kozilek Command can work in Cube? Certainly can. There's a lot of cubes that have done Eldrazi package. Kind of surprised they've never done that with the Vintage Cube. Oh shit, what up? Hey Chief, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 7 months. You meant in this version? Like you would play it and then you wouldn't play the Eldrazi land or anything? I played it in a in-person cube recently, and my deck ended up with like 3 and Dynamo and all this cool shit. It was a pretty good Kozilek's Command deck. I do think you want more than just like Ancient Tomb and City of Traders to cast it. To answer your question, I would not just throw it in here with no other changes. It requires the lands to be a little warped around it. A little bit. Supported. Supported is a good word for it. As opposed to warped. And then you're not just playing Kozilek's Command, right? And you're playing other Eldrazi cards to take advantage of that. Giving folks a little sub-archetype that they can dip into if they want. With some very powerful effects. Yeah, I think I'll just pass here. To the next game. Suppose. Have I ever enjoyed a cube that had multiple copies of cards? Oh, yeah. One of my very favorite cubes has, I think 3 of each fetch and then 2 of each duel or something like that. That's pretty pleasant. I don't think it's good variance when you see, like, the one dual land that you need for your mana base to work, and then also, like, the one combo card that you need for your deck to work, and you just have to choose between having a deck that can cast its spells and a deck that can, like, do the thing you've been setting up for several packs. You did everything right, you could, like, cut your signals, you planned, you fell into a lane that was open, you did all this stuff, and then, the pack just happens to have both of the things you need. Part of that's unavoidable, but I do think it's very pleasant to just, like, let people have good fixing. Hey, clickety-clack, thanks for the sob. 18 months, a double baby! Have the Tron lands been implemented? Sometimes. I drafted a Desert Cube the other day that just had, like, 2 sets of them in the cube. So everybody had a reasonable chance of being able to collect them. I assume they're going to do something pretty impressive next turn. Oh, they're entombing just to make sure that the Ragavan doesn't exile the Atraxa. It'd be wild if I hit a Reanimator off their deck and got to steal their Atraxa. Wouldn't mind that. Oh, we got a mountain. Okay, fair enough. I'm trying to think if there's a reason to Fiery Confluence here, as opposed to next turn. I guess I'll just pass. Dance with the Dead has several singers. Chuckles. It's more like people guessing on their tracks. Yeah, I was not saying knowing when to choose fixing over playables is not a skill Nikki strikes. I guess it's pass again. I'm not affiliated with or sponsored by any physical MTG card retailers now. Hey, well, watch streaked over voltage. One other thing I'll say about access to like easy mana versus like having the cube be more punishing. The harder you make it to have good mana, you're kind of buffing archetypes that are good at punishing stumbles. So you make the cube more aggro friendly by making mana worse. I think it's pretty clear that this cube is a bit on the aggro is too good side of things. The gameplay of someone like stumbling on mana and just dying is pretty miserable as well. Some of the least pleasant in the game. Feels like I should have something, huh? Well, I guess the Avora's got Trample. So if I dash this in and they trade with it, then they're taking Exaxes. Oh, cool. For a second there, you thought I had the 90s X-Men theme playing. Yeah. Similar genre, huh? Yeah, blocking the Death Greeter or blocking here. Both soak the same amount of damage. 4, right? Yay. All right. I was gonna flash in a demi, but now we do champion. I think I just want to play the rabbit, and the next turn I can juice it up. Resolves. Taking the names, doing the thing. They're gonna block the Ragavan just like last turn, but we're in a spot where, like, if they had Toxic Delusion hand, we don't want to let them chump the Jacked Rabbit 4 damage for free. A little bit worried about, like, a Brainstorm in response to the Fury. Save the Tameo. I guess I could just attack and clear the Tameo. Yeah, I think I like jamming. Have I ever played with a cube where you got fixing after the draft? The closest I've gotten to that is a desert cube where you do draft most of your lands over the course of the draft, but then everybody gets 5 basics and 1 prismatic vista. And I liked that quite a lot. That was comfy. Comfy is a good word. I guess just let this trade happen, Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Kapooplin thinks the Sob thinks the 54 months. Well, that sucks. Pretty serious punishment for firing off that Fury, And now we'll see if they've got a counter for this Ademi. Which I almost played on my turn to play around a counter spell. And the main reason I did not was in case they had Toxic, right? I was trying to play around Toxic here. So if they Toxic the board, then I flash it in at end of turn. But yeah, this worked about as bad as it could have, We had such nice pressure. Well, those were decisions I made, right? There are decisions on whether or not to play around a counterspell, decisions whether to fire off the old Fury to get in a few more damage that turn. Can't play around everything? No. But you should be thinking about, like, what's likely, They hadn't played the turn previous, like they had Toxic Deluge. So I think that should have tilted me one way or the other. Less about maximum gameplay. What? I don't understand what you're saying, Night Owl. Why would... What do you mean by maximum gameplay? A cube designed for super long games? Tempted to Solitude that when it's just a 1-1. Kind of wish I'd shocked myself with the Ancient Tomb. I thought about it and just to, like, have mana up on the Memory Jar turn. Because being able to cast this Get Lost would have been really good. Yeah, a few decisions I made this game that I'm just not thrilled with. Been kind of getting punished for every single one of them, too. I'm feeling better about this. We had a Goblin Bombardment in the deck. Well, that's kind of interesting. Oh, we already burned the Ragavan. I guess we're getting Guide then. Or Mother of Runes. I'll get Mother of Runes. Yeah, I should have failed to search. Cube is not a format where you want to be going back and forth about fixing unplayables. Okay. My experience has been that, like, if a cube is pleasant and fun to draft, then people have a better time. Obviously, it takes a long time to curate a cube, regardless of how much effort you put into hemming and hawing about fixing levels and all that. Yeah, so they're just flipping my Johnny here, and then they want she can clear it. I kind of just want to go next. Might be that kind of day. Yeah, a lot of really unpleasant decisions on my part. And every one of them getting punished. It's pretty feel bad. This might be a matchup where Heat is better than Firebolt. I mean, being able to go face matters a lot. Yeah, the Fury was so punished, just the most punished Fury of all time there. Yeah, I guess the Flashbird is the only thing where Unholy Heat is kind of interesting. Maybe their 2/2 generator. Legion Extruder for longer games. We don't have that many artifacts to sack Pillage as King. That's not really our deck. In a longer game, it's going to be a 2-mana shock. In a shorter game, it's going to be a 2-mana shock. In our average games. I was going to turn to Fable. I think it's a little bit better if I Luminarch. Maybe. Cube for the Cube Gods. Yeah, if Extruder could sack itself, it'd be a little bit more free for sure. Yeah, there's treasure from Ragavan, there's treasure from the Fable token. You just can't rely on those cards to live, though, right? And it just doesn't happen that often. I assume they just put a... I thought they put a Lucha to hand or something because they paid 3 mana and then did nothing. I don't get it. You think they did? It would show up in the game log. I guess it wouldn't. It's weird that it doesn't. Are there avatar cards in here? There are. Mostly the Flash 2/3 that airbend something. The companion is empty. Yeah, that's a really useful thing if you noted that they had a companion in the first place. I'm gonna loot away this Get Lost. Right now when they can't, like, Orcs me or something in response. So it'd be really nice to have Fury down with this Reflection up, right? And we'd have a lot of protection from tokens getting flashed in and such. I'm a little worried about them, just countering and then animate deading it. Maybe means that I should have boarded the Fury out, That's gonna... The chance of that line is gonna inhibit my ability to even cast the Fury. Might just pass. All right, a couple Cult Epiphany. Been to Oliphant, Expressive. Oh, they've been to Lutri, Land Express. Okay. Well, kind of glad I didn't play Fury last turn. So I think we want Lauren to pop the Animate Dead. And Fury to clear everything else. So I guess I'm just going to fire out Lutri here. All my stuff's a legend, so I have nothing to reflection on their end of turn. Oh, if the Fury resolves, I get to reflection it, huh? Try shift course and blow up the currency converter. It's pretty embarrassing if they force will the Fury. Oh, that doesn't work. I have to copy. Is the modes copied? No, the modes aren't copied. What am I thinking? This is fine. It's very hard to just pass and do nothing. It's a extremely hard thing to do. But I think that was the play there, Kind of considering this Fire Covenant. 4 black sources, I guess. They're just doing enough stuff instant speed. Well, maybe I want that. Seems like whichever side gets out of Fury wins. Yeah, maybe. Let's hit a mountain here. Feeling a little better about my odds. Man, I remember when Expressive Iteration just like shaped Legacy for for a minute. Wild time. I've been Chain Lightning-erd. How we doing? Doing all right, J-Rabbits. Doing all right. I'm gonna loot away this Lauren. I'll just pass. The Goblin Shaman took a ping, so we'd be trading it with the Orc Army token, which is maybe fine because we get a treasure out of it, but I don't think I'm, like, treasure desperate here or anything. So they get to, like, value answer my Fable here, but this could be so much worse, right? Like, looking at my hand of Solitude Fury. Just chumping. Interesting. Curious why they wouldn't want to trade there. Wonder if I'm overplaying my hand. And here I am without a white card for my Solitude. That answers why they didn't want to trade off the Lauren. Oh, sure, yeah. Reprieving here gives them a treasure. Yeah, they're fucking, what's the word? Yeah, representing a counter. I think I should have played around it. Not Mana Leak, then like the counter spell that we knew that they had in their deck. So we're going to deal 2 damage to one She, 1 to Lauren, 1 to our cat. It's not the best turn for us, but not an absolute disaster either. Putting Lutri to hand is a good sign. They already burned Chain Lightning, so that's a nice combination with it that they don't have access to. I'm gonna go ahead and activate before I go to combat, in case we lose some critters there. I'd be a mana short of being able to play the Lutri to like copy Reprieve. Like if I played Reprieve and they counterspelled or something. So we're just gonna serve. We don't have to put Lutri to hand before combat. Just eating it, interesting. Felt like they were briefly considering firing off Lutri in turn to try and get an attack in on the Ajani. So they don't have the second black to replay this. They do have a Lutri in hand that can copy the Damnation, but I think I like that because then they have to throw their Lutri into the Damnation. So I'm just gonna jam this, see what they do. Oh, just counterspell. Okay. Pretty okay with that as well. Mana Leak in the bin already. Awkward to not have something to copy, but desperate times, all that. And now we're in a spot where the opponent does need to be able to answer either the Ajani or the Lutri here. Glad you enjoyed the tunes, Lewin. Oh shit, what up? Hey, JR did great. Thanks to the Sob. Thanks to 48 months to 4 years. Been a fun match. It has been a fun match. A lot of nice back and forths there. Really happy to see Damnation back in the cube finally. It's been pretty brutal with the cube like getting faster and more aggressive, and then white being like both the best aggro color and the only color that got good sweepers too. It was like, okay, it was rough for a while. I think part of me is trying to like talk myself into keeping this hand, but we're on the play. I gotta send it back. Ragavan never connects, right? And that just never happens. Hey, cube is better. Thanks for the Sob. Thanks for the 40 months there. You're enjoying some Redbreast whiskey. I've heard good things about that whiskey. Oh shit, what up? Do I know the mix? Not exactly. I agree, it does look like a Maltese. We just know that the mom was Chihuahua. So it's likely that he's a Malchine. But not certain. Surely they won't have anything for me here. Oh wow, they just don't have anything for me. Oh, they got a thing now. So you make it 2-1 and shock them, and they flip this and clear a Johnny. That's if I uptick. Get a 1-1 counter on each cat I control. Alright, your turn. The darndest little Johnny activation, huh? Oh shit, what up? Hey, Dikowski, thanks for the 75 months. Just left me with the house. I mean, I guess Death Greeters is good enough. And I could have shocked and then sacked a broadside to clear. I kind of just like having the 2-1 here, I think. They just spent several turns making a 3-4. Might as well put it back in their deck. Always love the plus of Johnny. With nothing in play, go. Yeah, right? Doesn't come up that often, I feel, but seemed correct there. Hey, Street Rat Roger, thanks for the sub, thanks for 74 months there. You know he settled on Dave over Guts? No way he can be Dave's Guts? I don't even know what that would entail. Or entrail, I suppose. I guess. I like that stupid flute in this track. I got really excited to burst lightning a Barragoyf, and then they griefed me. Fair enough. Trying to imagine that Barragoyf not just winning now, It's gonna grow itself and get some critters back and all that good stuff. No second land, though. That's interesting. I wonder if I was just supposed to play Death Greeters and pass and offer a trade here. Oh, I was not. Yeah, they found the Walker, damn. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Plastic Geek, thanks for the 91 months. Cheers. There's no sorcery. in the bin. So chain lightning plus burst lightning doesn't work. Glad I caught that. Fucking goifs. And now they found enchantment and sorcery, so it's becoming less and less possible to burn that thing out. It's unfortunate. We needed to chump there so we could kick burst lightning plus play chain lightning. Now we're not going to have the life to Ancient Tomb because the Baragoyf hit, so might as well loot the Ancient Tomb away. You could kill the cat and flip a Johnny here. Makes you dead to another removal. I think we know that they've got a Shieldred in hand, right? I think we're just dead when they rip a Swamper over there. I don't think there's any real benefit to flipping the Johnny right now. Flip soon enough, Opponent did a good job of just hitting a removal spell every turn for like a billion turns in a row. That was rough. After seeing a lot of their deck, I don't love the Lauren. There's like a single aura. I guess I'll leave it in. Maybe like Heat better. I don't know. Yeah, the Animate Dead is the aura I was referring to. Hopefully we can draw some more colored mana here. Alright, well, if they've set on Snuff Out this whole time, bully for them, So one issue with not making a token here is the fact that they've got just like straight up answers to Planeswalkers. But the Johnny is vulnerable to the Tar Pit, I guess. Oh, fair enough. Could be a hard game. Shieldred doing the thing. Kill Shieldred in 2 turns. What does? And now he attacked to deal the same amount of life they just gained on their turn. Put it back to 7. Wonder if it's worth shocking with this Lutri. I don't think so. I'm just going to put it to hand. We're just dead on our draw step here. Didn't have an answer. Didn't draw my Solitude. Nice to see the solid black creatures winning a game against Boros.